What's going on, guys? Look at this beautiful CFMoto Ibex 450. And can you tell? Look at that sign. Welcome to Daytona Beach. I'm here at Bike Week and I reached out to Ibex BDR here. He's got an Instagram account specific for this machine. So if you're looking into the Ibex or you want to see how it's going to run long term, go take a look at Ibex underscore BDR's Instagram account. He's going to soon have a YouTube channel so we can help him grow that too. But in the meantime, over the next couple days, I'm going to get an opportunity to spend time with this beautiful machine. One of his other buddies was at the track today, Mr. Moto Mission, signed his tail bag. That's pretty rad. You can see it's outfitted with Hurricane adventure gear. He's got the tail bag, he's got the tank bag, and two of the rig packs. If you're interested in any of that gear, go ahead and use coupon code manybikes, MANYBIKES, at nelsonrig.com, and you can go ahead and pick those up, save 25%, and get free shipping. This bike is pretty rad. Taking a walk around a bit for the first time. I haven't really spent much time looking at one. It's pretty neat. All of the workmanship of the motor, the casting, the welds, things of that nature look really promising. I was actually surprised when I first threw a leg over it at how wide it is. It actually feels wider than the T7, which blew my mind. But the other thing that blew my mind is how low the seat is right here. The seat height on this motorcycle is super low. I sit on bent knee. It's absolutely crazy. The motor, just coming from the stoplight over there to the sign here, super smooth. I'm talking absolutely crazy. Anyway, here it is. CFMoto Ibex 450. I'm going to be on this thing for the next several days. So if you have any questions that you would want to know about this machine, I would love for you to leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to look at if you haven't had a chance to look at one yourself, or if you have any questions about performance, things of that nature. He's got lower crash guards, upper crash guards, the CFMoto OEM aftermarket skid plate. He picked up these MT450 graphics. There's a little gripper tape up here. It's pretty neat. I like that a lot. Some bark busters have been put on here. When it comes to tires, these things are interesting. Made by CST, they are the Ambro A4. And they look suspiciously like Scorpion Rally STR. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how these feel on this motorcycle as compared to the STR that I've ridden on other machines, such as the Yamaha Tenere 100. Now, over the next couple days, as I'm riding this machine, I really want to compare this to my 390 Adventure. Those are the two hot new motorcycles this year. Oh, here we go. We're still in regular mode. I have not turned off the traction control. Let's see how this thing handles some sand real quick. And I know you guys are going to kill me. All gear all the time. Today I'm riding in a sweatshirt and no glove. I never, ever, ever, ever with no gloves. But my gloves and my mesh jacket are back at the condominium, which is where I'm headed to now. Oh, look at this. We have a right turn only. Good, good. Speaking indoor phone, come on. Smooth as this motor is definitely something to be noted. Super smooth. The gearbox feels smooth as well, not notchy at all. So as I was saying, over the course of the next several days, I'm going to be able to kind of compare this to my 390 Adventure. Dude, so many horses out here this weekend, I should say. Oh, that was awesome. Four-wheel drive, 57 Chevy. Super neat. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. The comparison between this and a 390 Adventure, I think, is going to be a really good one. The twin cylinder motor and how smooth this thing is pretty neat. I definitely am not feeling as rattled as I am when I'm sitting here at a stoplight. My 390. My 390 sounds a little bit rattly, like a box of rocks in there. This definitely feels smooth. Again, I'm pretty astounded at how wide this tank is. For one of you guys out there that owns a Yamaha T7, if you could do me a favor and measure side to side, from the side of the tank over here to the side of the tank over there, I'd like to see what the widest part of the tank is down here on the sides of the T7. I do feel like this bike is a little bit wider when it comes to that. Seat height on this bike is extremely low in comparison to the T7, that is for sure. An overall feel of the bike when you get on it, lean it back and forth, it is extremely approachable. It feels light. Yes, it's heavier than some other bikes that are out there in the same displacement, but it feels light when you're sitting on it, moving it around, maneuvering it. Oh, this dude's got a flat front tire. Super squishy up there. It's pretty interesting. We got a lot of these guys that don't ride these motorcycles, but just for this week of the year, or they've been parked all winter, and this is the first time that they've ridden them. They get them out, fire them up, and take them for a rip, and there's issues that, especially if a pre-trip inspection hasn't been done. To see how this turns out. I mean, this is the very first time that I've used my Ace Pro Insta360 via the Bluetooth module that allows me to use my Cardo Pack Talk Edge to get the information video card. So usually I have a wired mic into my Ace Pro. Today I'm doing Bluetooth for the very first time, and I really hope this audio works. If not, we'll have to figure something else out, like wire it up tomorrow. What would you like to learn about this machine while for the next couple days? On Wednesday, I'm planning to take it on an adventure ride with local guys here. One of them's going to be on a CRF 300L. That'll be pretty fun to kind of put these two bikes side by side, the more dual sport oriented bike and then the adventure oriented machine. I do dislike the fact that there is no lane splitting here in the state of Florida. It sure would be nice to be at the front of each of these lights. Oh, I had one of those once, a CM400T. Oh man, that brings back some memories for sure. That's probably my favorite part about Bike Week, seeing all the old school bikes that people are still riding around. Super cool. As well as the brand new machines like the one tonight. So my plan is to ride down to the street here and get a quick rip through the little rally. It's not going to be crazy now, but later on tonight it'll be crazy. Streets completely lined with people watching bikes go by. While the libations flow and people get reckless. Not so much into that scene, but it's always interesting to cruise through there at least once during the rally. So hopefully over the next little bit, I'll be able to get an idea of some of the quirks of this machine. One of my biggest inquiries is going to be getting on the highway and cruising at 75, 80 miles an hour. I mean, that's at home how I travel on a daily basis on my commute to work or my travel to anywhere off-road I'm going to ride. About an hour and a half, decent off-road. I've got to hit the highway, and California traffic moves quickly, and whatever bike I ride to be able to keep up in that type of situation. So I'm really curious to see how this bike is going to handle that as compared to my 390 Adventure. The other thing I want to see is how luggable the motor is, how easy it is to ride when I get into soft sand and loose stuff. Important thing on my list, experience. Scrolling through the menu earlier, it looks like this bike is getting right around 5 to 6 miles per gallon on average. Now, of course, that's how Chris is riding the motorcycle. I've not ridden with him. Not quite sure what that 60 plus miles per gallon is when it comes to cruising on the highway or whatever the case is. I do know that the riding here is quite different than the riding that I'm used to in California as far as hills go, as far as twisty roads go. Definitely different topography. I was a fourth gear roll. Pretty good. So right there, I used my front brake for the majority of that braking, and it did not feel like it was as fast as I would want to be slowing down. So I put my foot on the rear brake, and it caught up, and everything was good, but it's another thing we need to experiment with over the next little bit. It's the brakes, the acceleration. I'm squeezing that front brake pretty dang hard, and the ABS is not kicking on. It's almost as if the little binders up there aren't getting quite enough grip on that front disc brake. So standing up on the motorcycle, I can actually stand straight up and hold on to the handlebars. I did notice that the orientation of the handlebar is a little bit downturned. The bars are sitting a little bit backwards as compared to what I'm used to on my KTM. But one of my experiences that I really experience is seeing an alligator side of one of these ponds or even swimming through one of these ponds. I've not seen one of those. I've been in Florida 4 years, but I sure believe if we turn here at Peninsula, we will run smack dab into Main Street of the Raleigh. Yeah, definitely feeling that front brake is a little bit soft. All right, come on, dude. You got plenty of room. Let's go. Go, go, go. I did a quick little ride through the Raleigh there at the track before I putted out of the parking lot to record this video. It's pretty neat. Quite a few people were present today. It was a lot of fun. So about a block that way where the bridge is where the rally starts. Then here, Peninsula in Maine is really where things. Here is the Boot Hill Saloon. 50th anniversary. Thank you, sir. Here it is. Welcome, riders. Motorcycles only down Main Street. Again, Boot Hill. Oh, ZX14. That's all nice. Looks like that trend of the big, huge front wheel has kind of gone by the wayside. I'm not seeing it this year. This is it, folks. Street Daytona Bike Week 2025. Looks like the crowds are already starting to get pretty decent down here, but at nighttime, this is just packed. All people. A couple years ago, I was walking this strip in the absolute pouring rain. Side check out that. Nice. America, baby. America. Nice. Check out those handlebars. Bunch of chains welded together. That's super cool. And the T-Dub 250. That's on this bike is extremely low. Definitely feel like you're sitting inside the machine. If this were my bike, I would definitely do what Adventure Undone has done. There's so many of my vlogging friends that are getting a hold of these CFMotos. Adventure Tomac just picked one up. I sent him a set of tires last week. Adventure Undone runs a bunch of Nelson rig gear. He picked his up. He says he absolutely loves it. When I talked to him last week, he said that he was just blown away at how solid the build was on this machine. Dork on the Road is looking to get his here in the next little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to outfit him with some luggage for that machine. Froggy Saloon, one of the most popular places here on Well, these bikes are getting out there, and I haven't heard a whole lot of negative about them yet. Not that I'm trying to look for negative, but definitely want to see what this little machine has to offer. On paper, it looks amazing. The price is right. Performance sounds like it's right. The only thing that I'm not too keen on is the extra weight that the machine has. But it's a twin-cylinder motor. Unsure if that little bit of extra weight will be non-existent as compared to riding a single 390. Ah, look at the albino python or it's a boa. It's a red-tailed boa albino. That thing's awesome. The No Club Man, world's most famous brewery. I think that that is subject to interpretation. I was talking about the handlebars earlier. See how swept back they are? I would have imagined them to be a little further up so that this bend right here is kind of going upwards. Pretty sure you might the handlebars though. Pretty sure there's set holes, the pins in the control box housings to keep them from sliding or moving. Be an interesting thing to explore though. Oh, looks like the bros are pulling up and getting a spot. Come on, you can do it. No clutch action. You got her. Daytona Bike Week. Here's like a little slingshot. They launch your chair seat and you go flying clear up in the air. Ergonomics wise, I think the bars are in a good position. I think they'd be a little bit more nicer if they were a little bit higher up. My leg position feels okay. I would like to be up just a little bit higher in the saddle, and that aftermarket rally seat would definitely put me in that slightly more comfortable position. Right now, my legs are kind of bent down instead of my ankles being directly below my knees, which is where I kind of like it on an adventure bike. I kind of tucked backwards a little bit. So I like to get my seating position squared away just if I were to get one of these machines. As far as the windscreen goes, it's up there. It's pretty small, but where it sits, it actually feels pretty far away from me, which is awesome because you can have a smaller shield, and by the time the wind comes up and over, you got more of a trajectory up and over the bike. That's kind of nice. It's getting kind of windy, that's for sure. Looks like dude buried his car in the sand. That sucks. I'm gonna try to help it. Is it doing anything? What? Oh yeah, I'll try. It's not going anywhere. You're sitting on the frame. You got to get a shovel. You have to dig out under the car. So right now it's sitting right here. You really need to dig down and out. And then what I would do is I get a piece of wood and put a piece of wood under there. With my traction control on, I'm going to take a look and see what this looks like. Oh shit. There's traction control kicking in, not letting me go anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and click the ABS traction control button off. It's going to put us in off-road mode. There we are. Sweet, feels awesome. Get a shot of it right here at the Ocean O. Not quite the picture that I wanted. I think I want to get up there, top of that piece over there. See if we can get up there. Oh, that's nice. Traction control. Oh, there we are. Oh, hell yeah. This shot. Sarah's doing a pretty good job digging through this sand right here. Ooh, picking all kinds of sand up. Well, there are definitely non-canceling turn signals. Not that I really wanted there to be signals, but not there, that's for sure. I do like the fact that this is more of a bare bones basic machine. Doesn't have ride mode, doesn't have all that stuff. It just gives you, here's the power that it's got. Use it how you will. And I also like how easy it is to turn on or off the traction control and ABS. That is really cool. Looks like you gotta have the clutch in, hit the button, boom, ABS is turned off. That is amazing how many of these buildings here in Florida are still condemned and not rebuilt from the hurricane from years ago now. Going slow, 35 miles an hour, rocking the bike back and forth. You can definitely feel a little bit of a slowness or a heaviness when I move the bike side to side. Not that the bike is heavy, I'm just saying that turning the bike in, it's not flicking or falling over to the side. It's very controlled, has a heavy feel to it, if you will. All right, so let's thumb through this little entertainment. All right, or is that, I don't know. Back. There we go. Got it. Up and down arrow. Sweet. 60-mile range currently. Let's top this thing off and see what happens. So getting fuel with the Nelson rig tank bag, it's just that simple. Hit those two clips. Tank bag goes sideways. $3.83 for premium. Oh man, that's amazing. Our standard premium at home, upwards of $6, $5.50. There we go, to the brim. How many do we get? 2.9 gallons. Sounds good. Wow, it's a nice gas cap. Everything feels pretty solid on this machine so far. I do like that a lot. And there we have it, folks. That there is my first ride on Ibex _ BDR CFMoto Ibex 450. Pretty neat machine, I'm going to say, for that first little ride. Yeah, it's about a half hour just on city streets and a little bit of sugar sand over there, which it handled perfectly. Really good. These Scorpion Rally-like tires from CST, doing a pretty good job. We'll see how it does the rest of the week, Daytona Bike Week. Again, thank you so much to Ibex _ BDR, Mr. Chris. Let me use your machine, put it through its paces this week here at Daytona. Super. Again, if any of you have any questions about this machine specifically, I'll be happy to answer any of those as the week goes on. All right, the range now says that I can go 174 miles. This tank of fuel. So let's see. I'm really curious to see what my miles per gallon are going to be. I'm curious to see how that range actually lives up to what the dashboard is telling us. All kinds of questions that I need to answer about this CFMoto Ibex 450 that I hope that we'll be able to answer. I'm Kyle Bradshaw. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care and ride safely.